What's up, everybody? Welcome to the round 4 review of the Carlton Gold Coast matchup. The Baggers have done it. They've gone to the Gold Coast, they've done the job, they got the bag, and they're coming home to Melbourne. 11-point win, 9 goals, 16-70 to 8 goals, 11-59. Dewy, hot, humid conditions up on the Gold Coast, to be expected after we played at Marvel Stadium last week under the driest of conditions. And it was just one of those games. It just was. It was very much like that last year as well. Just one of those games. Slippery, not clean, not pretty, stressful. It was really a typical Carlton, it was a typical Carlton win. It just was. I think a lot of us have this hope that one day we can just win by 10 goals every week. I just don't see it happening with this club. It's just not the way it's meant to be. This is not the 80s anymore. It's 2021, and this Carlton team, when they win, they do it in the most stressful possible way. There's no other way about it. They do whatever they can to make it as stressful as they can for us. But to be honest, isn't that life? Life's not meant to be just easy. Life's meant to have challenges thrown at you. And to be honest, I think a lot of people who use the term and the terminology of papering over the cracks. Well, winning by 10 goals last night is probably something that papers over the cracks. But when you're challenged, you find out a bit more about your group. And I spoke about it last week about the Suns. Something I noticed about the Gold Coast Suns, especially under Stuart Dew, is they just keep coming. They keep punching, they keep going. They were limited yesterday in what they were able to do, whether that be from an experience point of view or a skill point of view. You could clearly tell they were missing some key players as well, as were we. But they kept coming and they kept fighting and they made a game of it. And you've got to give them respect. I just don't understand the rhetoric around, it should have been more. We should be winning by more every week. Man, I just want to win. How good is it this morning? How good is it winning 2 in a row? Without getting too carried away, it's just exciting. It's just exciting to be winning, seeing wins, and there's just nothing like it. I mean, I said it last week. I don't know why I attach myself so much to the results of this football team. I attach a lot of my emotions and the way I live to this football club. It just happened. Listen, I didn't choose the Carlton life. The Carlton life chose me, okay? All jokes aside, happy with that. What I loved about last night, on a high level, was the spread of contributors again. I thought Walsh took a little bit to get into the game. That these household names that we have now took a while to get into the game. And it was the experienced heads that really carried us a little bit last night. The Ed Kernos, the Mark Murphys. I thought they did a really good job of I think, sparking the game for us and lighting the torch. And then everybody else followed suit from there. We didn't have too many guys that didn't perform close to what they should be doing. I thought we had a pretty even spread. We were tough. We were hard enough for long enough. And I know last week it happened as well with Zach Williams, who hurt himself, but gritted the teeth and kept going. And I thought we had quite a few of those guys last night. I mean, you look at Adam Sard. He was very proppy on that leg. People who were up on the Gold Coast who were sending through bits of information saying he's gonna have to miss. He's not moving right. So he was clearly in some sort of discomfort. But for him to grit the teeth and play on, we just haven't had that type of character at the club for a while. So Adam Sard was one. You look at Lockie Plowman, shocking knee-on-knee collision. It had everything to be a PCL, but he kept going as well, came back on. Just, they want to be out there. I think Michael Gibbons, that is a scary, scary hit to the head. Very scary hit to the head. He got up like he didn't feel anything. There's just it's almost like there's a desperation to stay in the team. And that's very, very positive to see for me. I'm very happy with that. Let's talk about the game, though. I think at the start, we were a little flat-footed, like maybe the first 5-10 minutes. The notes I was taking at home, I was starting to get a little bit itchy. But then we got into it. I think Cripps missed a pretty regulation goal, but then Mark Murphy kicks a beautiful one to get us going. And then from there, I think we really started. We really started going from there. And like I said, we were hard enough for long enough. And I really want to take that mantra on for the rest of the season. Can we just be hard enough for long enough? That's really what it's got to be for me. That's what I'm going to be looking for from now on. And I think we took a step forward in our mentality in moments where we were challenged. I think we did. I actually drew parallels to that game last night to the same fixture in round 4 of 2019. We played the Gold Coast Suns up there, albeit it was during the day, and we were missing shots that we should have kicked, poor turnovers under pressure, all of that, and we shat the bed back then and lost a game that we really should not have lost. And it had similarities in the way the game was being played last night, but when the moments arrived when you needed to be tough enough and make a contest or halve a contest or even win a contest that wasn't in your favour, I thought the boys did a really good job of that last night. So I'm happy, I'm proud, and there's just that swagger is back. And what it signifies for me is, okay, we put ourselves in a bit of a hole, 0-2, bit of panic from the supporter base. However, what they needed to do was find a way to get to 2-2, and then we can start again. And this is kind of where we're at right now. We're back to 500, 50-50 in terms of the games that we've won and lost. And we now look ahead to Port Adelaide and Brisbane, who are, I would assume we all think are going to be finals contending teams. And these are the tests. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this is sort of back to where we were against Collingwood, the build up to Collingwood, because it was Collingwood, but it was a test of a good side. So that's what Port presents with us next week. So I'm looking forward to that, looking forward to the build up. I'm enjoying the fact that I'm walking around with the chest out again. And I'm enjoying the fact that I know that this week's going to be a super week for the Carlton faithful. Definitely want to give a shout out to the Queensland faithful. You guys were unbelievable through the TV. It's funny. When I noticed the crowd at its peak, it was probably in the second quarter. And there were a few umpiring decisions in that second quarter that really were questionable. And the crowd was booing, and the noise coming through the TV was unbelievable. And if you're watching at home, you had no choice but to stand up and point at the TV. And yeah, it was really good to see. So I want to give you guys a shout out. You were unbelievable in the crowd. Those of you who made the trip up, those of you who live on the Gold Coast, you get to see the boys win, and that's what it's all about. I know for you Queenslanders, you got to see a lot of them last year, as opposed to us Victorians. And I'm just happy that, a Queensland supporter base has now seen a win as well as the Victorian supporter base. So you guys are fantastic. The player of the game, player being our sponsor for the season, I'm going to give it, how can I not give it to Ed Curnow? We're talking about a guy that's given us 31 touches and a goal, marked, tackled, contested possessions. It was all there. Obviously going to get into him and all the players in the player ratings video, but Ed Curnow is the player of the game. And I was just very, very impressed, very, very happy. I'm keeping a lid on it for now. We'll see. But we are where we asked to be. That's how it is for me. That's the overall and overriding thing. Get the win, get out of the Gold Coast, get back to Melbourne, and we can start again. The boys are forgiven. It's so funny. So funny. Our supporter base, we are a damaged bunch of individuals. We all need a hug. And I look forward to riding this journey all season and really for the rest of my life. So please share with me your thoughts. I've got not much of a voice left. It's hanging on. I can feel it going. I was screaming a lot last night, so I need you guys to carry me in the comments. What did you see about the game? Are you sort of similar in my mentality of get the win, get out, move on? Or did you pick apart the game a little bit more? Maybe shed some light on something that hasn't been spoken about in the game, something we can take forward that's practical, and we'll chat about it in the comments. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy the spoils of another win, and go the Mighty Blues.